to the Holy Land of Israel. I got it.
Did you think this frame was working?
Yes. Okay, so the concept of Shemitah is obviously, it's all around the world, because if we go into a grocery store and we see peppers that are produced in Israel, we can't buy them because they might have been grown by a Jewish farmer. So, but in Israel, it's an entirely different perspective on Shemitah, and there's so much more to it.
Take a seat. I hope you enjoy your food.
Just because it's for teachers.
Teachers, please take a seat. Do you have your boarding cards? Thank you. Boarding card. Thank you. Thank you and thank you. Yes.
There's so much leg room.
Yeah. On L off. Okay.
So, now that we are coming to Israel, there's so much there's so much more to Shemitah than just having to make sure vegetables aren't produced there. So, there's an idea of Kedusha that the actual ground is holy, and that's like the point of Shemitah. But there's also a thing that we should be able to experience Shemitah in our Israel to its entirety, and be able to experience all the things that make Shemitah such like a holy time of the year. That why do we have to take a break? Why is the land not being used for a year? So on our tour, we have out the windows very famous holy cities in Israel, and we hope you enjoy your flight.
Yeah, so as you Olim on a Nefesh B'Nefesh flight, we hope that you will be able to join us in Israel to walk around with us on our guided tour, and that way you'll be able to really experience Shemitah for yourself as new people who are living in Israel, so that way you're really familiar with all the aspects of it. So, join us. Can you hop off the plane? Alright, so this is the street, and since you're in Israel, on the street, of course, there are different things growing on the sides. Right over here, we have a little farm, and it says, "Do not farm, Shemitah in progress." Jewish farmers are not, and Jewish-owned land, they're not allowed to farm their land. They have to let it lie fallow for during the 7th year. This over here is we're about to enter Kibbutz Yarok. You know what the spelling? We have this is our kibbutz in Israel, and over here, right over here, we have signs pointing towards a greenhouse and an orchard. The halacha in a greenhouse is different for Shemitah, is different than that for an orchard. A greenhouse is not the ground, so the halacha is going to be different, but an orchard is the ground, and as the pasuk says, Sheish shanim tizrat artzacha ve'asafta et tzvuata v'hashvi'it tishamnata v'tishua v'ochlu avotacha. No. So basically, it talks about the land specifically and not about just the soil in a greenhouse. So over here, we have a farmer. We also have some other farmers, but their tools are missing. They don't have their rakes and their plows and everything. The wheat is growing, the stalks are ready to be harvested, but the farmer's here without a job. She has nothing to do.
I'm so bored. What do I do?
Over here we have a cow, and the cow is able to eat from the land itself without, having it taken off the ground before it gets to it. The land is like resting. And this is right over here. We have oranges falling from the trees, but you know what? They're not being picked up because it's supposed to be left for the poor, and the Jewish farmers can't do anything from it. This is all about Kedusha ha'aretz, sanctifying the land and making it holy and special for us Jews. Now we're going to come over here. That is just one aspect of Shemitah for the Jewish farmers.
30 שקל, 20 שקל! לא להתבייש, אני מחכה לכם! פירות!
כמה זה עולה?
30 שקל, שקל אחד!
יקר מדי.
לא,
20.
25!
אוקיי, כן.
בסדר, יופי,
Avocado!
פירות, ירקות!
Okay. Okay, so over here, welcome to Machane Yehuda, the shuk. As you can see, we have various fruits for sale here, but we also have here are some guidelines about which fruits are being sold here during the Shemitah year. We have Yovel Nachri. These are fruits that are being that a non-Jew has, it's a non-Jew's land, it's cultivated by non-Jews, so therefore it's okay to be sold. We have Otar Beit Din. The Beit Din has taken over ownership of the land, and they now hire the farmers, so that way they have something to do during the year, and that way they don't just think, oh, Shemitah, we can just do nothing, you know what, our work is just only good for 6 years, and then 7th year we do nothing, and maybe it's not so good for us. They do get paid, but they don't own the land. And Heter Mechira, when we have that the people can still own, like, there's a heter for like non-Jewish people to take ownership of the land, and just like Mechira Chametz, and they're able to now also cultivate the land and take all the produce and now sell it. But you need to ask the merchants what's what, because it's very important for you to know that. Avocado. And it's very important for everyone to notice that the prices here are astronomically high. Astronomically high. 40 shekel for a kilo of grapes. It's ridiculous. Avocado. Everything is very expensive this year. Why, you may ask? Well, because it's Shemitah. Everything is very expensive to produce, for the Beit Din to take ownership of it. You know, different transactions going back and forth. But then we also have imports, because some of the land is not being sold. And therefore we have to import more from Chutz La'aretz, and that is costing a lot of money. So that, therefore, you see an increase in the price. We tell you over here that this is like Otar Beit Din, and we have, you know, it's Badat, Mahadran, Beit Din Yerushalayim, Beit Din Beersheva. It's all kosher, 100%. So if you're, you know, like if you're really like Dati, and it's, you know, Haredi, Dati Leumi, you know, Sephardi, whatever, like we've got it taken care of. So don't worry. And now we also don't want you to forget, though, opposite the sign, we want everything to be done Kedat Kedin. We have over here, don't forget Shemitah. You have to use your Pach Shvit, your Pach Shemitah, so that way you don't just discard of the fruits in your regular garbages, because we really need you to be acquainted with it. We also have a sign, Azharat Shnat HaTash'ah, Ki Shnat Shemitah, Not Lasim Liv Kishakonim Bashuk. You need to be very careful with what you're buying in the shuk, because look, over here, these avocados that this merchant is trying to sell, it says Kedusha Shvit, not Lishol. If you're Jewish, even if you're not, you really need to be careful about this. Some of these people working in the shuk are a little bit shady, and you don't know what they're trying to sell you. We also want you to pay careful attention to what's being done at these restaurants. So yes, they have, you know, tuzo and everything, but we really need you to just always ask the waiter, because you don't know exactly what they're doing, what your rabbi tells you to do, so you gotta check it all out. So this is all how you're gonna have to bring, how you can, you know, just a normal shopping experience in Israel during Shemitah is not as you may have experienced it at ShopRite, Pathmark, or even Glad Express. It's gonna be very different in Israel and whatever. So this is bring Kedusha into your life, into your shopping experience, and not just, you know, it's not just a walk through the shuk or anything, as even though that's already an experience in itself. This is really just something incredible, different, and spiritual, and holy, and different.
תודה שבאתם!
Avocado! 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 Avocado!
מי שרוצה זה אוכל אמיתי!
Avocado!
אוכל אמיתי, אני לא משקרת!
Avocado! So this is finally you've got into your house. You've gone through the farms, through the kibbutz, to the shuk, so that we can finally come home and have something to eat in your new house in Efrat, right? But the thing is, during Shemitah, in case we're wondering, during Shemitah year, all debts are canceled. So if you had to take out a loan or a mortgage for your house, that means that it's gone. So you might really have wanted to buy your house, you know, in like years 5 or 6 or something, because then you just don't have to pay your debts. But since people were less inclined to give their money, Hillel established Prozbol, which means that all debts are going to still be paid off. You still can get your money from the debt. So that way people are going to still be kind and give money. So that has ramifications for your new mortgage and everything in your house in Israel. Now, in the kitchen, we have some different guidelines for Shemitah, okay? Over here we have some rules, some halachot. So one, you can eat from Kedushat Shvi'it. If you end up with a Shemitah fruit in your hands and you want to eat it, but you can eat it, but you just can't waste it. So she's eating it, but you know what? When she's done with the core, she can't just, if there's fruit left on it, she has to put it in the special Kach Shemitah. And she has to let it rot. You see, she has to let it rot over here till it's done, till it rots, and then afterwards she can throw it out in the normal garbage. That's how we do Shemitah. If it's just some little thing that's totally inedible and has no real fruit left on it, then you can just throw it out into the normal garbage. And these are different rules, and you do need to ask your shilas if you're not sure what's going on. So that's basically what goes on in the house. It's just bringing more Kedusha into your home. You have it at your Shabbos table. You have it at your chopping board. Everywhere. I even have a special garbage can. You usually think of garbage as, just for the waste and everything. But no, it's actually special, and it brings some holiness into your life. It makes you remember that you are, part of Hashem's, world, just as He rested on the seventh day, and we have Shabbos every week. This is also described as a Shabbaton in the Torah, just like Yom Kippur, and it's an ultimate rest for everyone, for the land, for the people. It also equalizes people in society. Whether you're rich, you're poor, you're, okay financially, or less okay financially, everyone is, comes together for Shemitah, and this is basically a great way to show how special the Jewish people are, and how they can really infuse holiness into their lives. So thank you for joining us.
Yeah.